Hello guys, good morning. Welcome back to the another biology online session Anand Medical Academy. In the journey of biomolecules, we had discussed about carbohydrates with the last couple of videos. From this video, I am going to teach you about proteins. Proteins are important bio-macromolecules. Their molecular weight is very vast. They exist in so many places in the living organisms. Its importance is also very huge. Let us discuss what are proteins, in that structure what kind of elements are present, and what are the building blocks of the proteins and their structure in this session. Protein composed of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and another important element, that is nitrogen. Other than these major elements, some role of minor elements is also present: phosphorus, sulfur, iodine and ferrous. These elements also can be found in some structures of the proteins. 1 gram of protein gives 4 kilocalories of energy. These are 4 kilocalories of energy. The same type of energy given by the carbohydrate. 1 gram of carbohydrate also provide 4 kilocalories of energy, and 1 gram of protein also provide 4 kilocalories of energy. The variation is calorific value. Calorific value means what? Metabolic rate is more in proteins compared to the carbohydrates. To easily understand, I can say proteins will give the same 4 kilocalories of energy quicker compared to the carbohydrates. So carbohydrates gives 4 kilocalories of energy, but not so quicker than proteins. That is the reason. Proteins made up of peptides. So many peptides will be there. That's why this is called polypeptide chain. The another name of protein is polypeptide chain. Let us see why it is called polypeptide chain. Building blocks of proteins: amino acids. This is a basic point everyone knows from 8th standard. So building blocks of proteins are amino acids. Group of amino acids called protein. Building blocks of protein called amino acid. Amino acid. Then you will come to know that what is a peptide bond, what is amino acid. Before that, I would like to remember glycosidic bonds were formed between the monosaccharides. Between two monosaccharides, there was one water molecule is ejected. Result, the condensation takes place between two monomers and form glycosidic bond. In the same way, if you see here, this is a amino acid and this is another amino acid. Like that, consecutively amino acids will exist. Between two amino acids, there was a peptide bond. What is this bond? Peptide bond. Bond present in the protein structures called peptide bond. Bond present in carbohydrate structures called glycosidic bond. That may be alpha glycosidic bond or beta glycosidic bond, or according to the linkages also we have seen the naming. But here two amino acids are joined by peptide bond. Like that, this is another peptide bond. So peptide bond sequence. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 peptide bonds are there. 5 peptide bonds are existing between how many amino acids? 5 plus 1, 6 amino acids. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 amino acids have 5 peptide bonds. Why? Peptide bonds are present between junctions only. In that case, this is called polypeptide chain. More than 4 or more than 3. So many amino acids are joining. Then this is called polypeptide chain. Polypeptide chain. It is a chain-like structure having peptide bonds How many peptide bonds are there? More than one. So that poly. Polypeptide chain is directly called protein. Then what is amino acid? Amine group, one side to the carbon, the same carbon, that's alpha carbon, we can call up. Other side it has carboxyl group and one hydrogen group and one R group. R group is also called side chain. What is this? Side chain. And it is also called variable group. Variable group. So you will come to understand. One alpha carbon consists one side amine group. What is this? Amine group. So that is the reason it is called amino acid. Some amino acids do not have a NH2. Instead of that, they have a NH. Means reduced amine. That structure is called imino group. Imino group. And that acid is called amino acid. Example, remember now, itself I am giving proline. After some time you will come to know this name and structure. What is proline? Proline is a type of amino acid, but instead of amine group, it has imine, means reduced. Means one hydrogen is less here, so that instead of NH2 it has NH. That is the reason amino will be replaced by imino. Then this proline is called amino acid. Only exception in the name. Okay, let us see the structure here. Generally, amino acid has one side amine group and its opposite side carboxyl group. Carboxyl group. And one side hydrogen group will be there. But these three groups are quite common, whereas R group, nothing but variable group, decides what type of amino acid it was. Suppose if this amino acid R is replaced by hydrogen, or it be replaced by methyl group, or it is replaced by hydroxymethyl group, then that amino acid name will be changed. No need to confuse. What you have seen, the structure is a simple amino acid. There is no name for that. That is only amino acid. But who decides the name of amino acid or nature of amino acid? Nothing but property of amino acid. Answer is R group. Because of the presence of one amine, one acid. This is acid group, no? That is why entire this structure is called amino acid. Okay, these amino acids are having R group. If that R group is replaced by any other chemical, then this amino acid nature will be changed. So, to explain that in detail, I have taken three examples here. In case R is replaced by H or R is replaced by CH2, maybe R is replaced by CH2OH. That is hydroxymethyl. Let us see the replacing structures and their names now. Guys, one more time I am explaining the clear structure of general amino acid without any name. Alpha carbon has amine group one side and carboxyl group, that is acid group. It is also called negative group and it is also called positive group. Positive group is amine group, negative group is carboxyl group. It is acidic in nature, it is basic in nature. So that is why generally amino acid is neutral. One acid group, one base group it is having in its structure. That's why general amino acid is neutral. And the most important group is R group, that is also called variable group. According to the replacement or substitution of R, amino acids are so many types. But very important thing is any amino acid that is generally derived from methanes. So amino acid is a substitution of methane. Later R is replaced by any other functional group, then it will be changed. Suppose R is replaced by hydrogen, then let us see the structure. Alpha carbon has carboxyl group, that is acid group one side, and amine group, that is base group one side, and hydrogen group is one side, and here R is replaced by H, means another extra H will be there. Then this amino acid name is called glycine. This is glycine. Glycine is an amino acid. It is a non-essential amino acid. It can be synthesized in human body. No need to take up by any source or food material. It is generally prepared in our body. That's why it is called non-essential amino acid. And chemically it is glycine because R is replaced by H. Glycine is also derived from methane only. But this is the type I declared due to the substitution of R by hydrogen. In case the R is replaced by methane, so this is a methyl group. Then this is a hydrogen. Methyl group, let us see its structure. You practice it twice. Alpha carbon has carboxyl group one side, amine group one side, and hydrogen group one side, and this is R. But here R is replaced by methyl group. Then this is called alanine. This is called alanine. Alanine is another non-essential amino acid. It is also can be prepared in our body, but in this structure R is replaced by methyl group. Notice this. And third one, if R is replaced by hydroxymethyl, then let us see the structure. Alpha carbon, it has a carboxyl group one side, amine group is one side. Why I am drawing the structures and explaining repeatedly means for you only. You have to notice that without any negligence. So one side hydrogen, one side R. I should not draw the R here. Why? R is going to replace it by a structure called hydroxymethyl. What is this structure? Hydroxymethyl is going to replace the R. Then CH2OH. Sometimes the same structures you will find with a different kind of arrangement. CH2OH can be written as in other format. So what I have drawn here is simple formats. So this amino acid name is serine. Serine is also non-essential amino acid. So amino acids which I have given examples for the explanation of variable group and its replacement, all the three are, what are they? Glycine, alanine and serine. All the three are non-essential amino acids. Non-essential amino acid doesn't mean that they are not important. They are important, but their levels are enough by our synthesis. If we consume from the food or diet, it is no use. Okay, there will be excess in our body. So let us see the classification during essential and non-essential time. But one more time I am going to recap here. When amino acid structure R is replaced by hydrogen, then that amino acid is called glycine. When that R is replaced by methyl group, then that amino acid name is called alanine. When that R is replaced by CH2OH, nothing but hydroxymethyl, then that amino acid is called serine. These are the three different types of amino acid you have seen. Let us see some more other properties of amino acids. We look some more properties of amino acids. I can say there are 300 types of amino acids available in the nature. In the chemical world, I can say it is chemical world, the number of amino acid types, not only number, the types are 300. Even though their number is 300, just 20 amino acids required to build a protein. Here one should very clearly understand that every protein doesn't have 20 amino acids. Out of 300 amino acids, out of 300 types of amino acids, in that 20 types of amino acids required to build a protein. Suppose a X protein required 4 amino acids. A Y protein required 10 or more than 15 amino acids. Or a Z protein required all 20 amino acids. But out of these 20, no amino acid is required to build a protein is the conclusion here. So 300 minus 20, 280 amino acids or not standard. They are called non-standard amino acids. But whereas these 20 amino acids are called standard amino acids. Define standard amino acid. Amino acid which have a role in the construction of protein is called standard amino acid. What is non-standard amino acid? Amino acid, it is chemically present in the world but it doesn't exist in the structure of protein, is called non-standard amino acid. I can say here the first amino acid name is asparagine. Asparagine is a first amino acid. It is found in a plant is called asparagus. Asparagus is a grass like a fern like a plant. From that first asparagine amino acid has been discovered. Amino acids have peptide bond that formed between amine group of one amino acid and carboxyl group of its adjacent amino acid. Let us see how peptide bond will form and in further aspects. Formation of peptide bond. In this class, by earlier discussion, you know very well that to show the peptide bond, we need 2 amino acids. So let me take the 2 amino acids. This side carboxyl group and this side amine group. Here hydrogen and here R group will be there. Like that, another amino acid if I take here. So here the 2 amino acids are there. This is the X amino acid and this is the Y amino acid. When 2 amino acids are coming closer together, then the peptide bond will form between carboxyl group of one amino acid, nothing but X amino acid, and amine group of Y amino acid or its adjacent amino acid. Let us see how it will be formed. When 2 amino acids are comes close and contact, then from the carboxyl group OH and from the amine group have NH2. How many hydrogens are there here? 2. One hydrogen react with OH of its adjacent amino acid and form water. See here also one water molecule is ejecting. So the rest of these two, CO and HN, are forming peptide bond. While formation of a glycosidic bond, also one water molecule is ejected that happen in the carbohydrate structure. Just the same way, one water molecule is releasing out, but here the bond is peptide bond. One peptide bond is equal to ejection of one water molecule. Just like one glycosidic bond is equal to one water molecule. Number of glycosidic bonds is equal to number of water molecules. Number of water molecules here in the protein is equal to number of peptide bonds. Like that, if 50 peptide bonds are there, then how many amino acids are there? 51. If 50 peptide bonds are there in a structure of protein, then how many water molecules can be ejected? 50. Why? Number of peptide bonds is equal to number of water molecules ejection. Another important point of the amino acid is an amino acid, all amino acids, so that generally I am taking one, can act as Zwitter ion. Zwitter ion. Let me tell you what is Zwitter ion. Zwitter ion is a chemical. It should have one positive and one negative charged ions in its structure, and it could able to donate a proton from its structure. So what I am telling here, all amino acids are Zwitter ions, but all Zwitter ions are not amino acids. Why? Earlier I have used that deuterion is a chemical. Deuterion is not amino acid. So if any chemical shows this property, then that is called deuterion. Fortunately, all amino acids are showing this property that are belongs to the characterization of a deuterion. Hence, all amino acids are deuterions. About the deuterionic property in future classes we will discuss in depth. Now the time to discuss about classification of amino acids. Amino acids has been classified into two ways. One is essential, another one is non-essential. Let us see. First, let me tell you about essential amino acids. No need to confuse here. I am going to list out all 20 types of amino acids. Firstly, essential amino acids list one by one. Number 1, isoleucine. Number 2, leucine. Number 3, lysine. Number 4, methionine. Number 5, threonine. Number 6, phenylalanine. Number 7, tryptophan. And number 8, arginine. Number 9, histidine. Number 10, valine. So you need to practice all these 10, then only in the further session you will have a lot of comfort to understand my concept. Let me tell you all these 10 ones. All these 10 amino acids that belongs to essential amino acids cannot be synthesized in our body, so that we must uptake by our diet. There are isoleucine. Isoleucine short form is ILU. Next, leucine. Its short form is LEU. Lysine short form is LYS. Methionine short form is MET. Threonine short form is THR. Phenylalanine short form is PHE. Tryptophan TRY. Arginine ARG. Histidine HIS. Valine VAL. So sometimes in the question short forms also resembling the name of the amino acids, so that you have to practice that one. And here how to remember all this and how to recall at the time of examination, only thing is a practice. And some amino acids have some peculiar importance here. That is, if you see arginine and histidine, these two are called semi-essential amino acids. Why they are called semi-essential amino acids? Let me tell you. Arginine is an amino acid that can be synthesized in only adult. Means arginine cannot be synthesized in infant. So in one of the stages of our life, arginine is non-essential. The same way, histidine is there. This histidine can be synthesized in only infants. Histidine can be synthesized in infants. Arginine can be synthesized in adults. I repeat, arginine and histidine both are called semi-essential amino acids. Reason, arginine can be synthesized in only adult, not in infant. Histidine can be synthesized in only infant stage, not in adult stage. That is why all these are essential amino acid categories, but these two have some specifications or exceptions. Practice all this. Now the time to learn about non-essential amino acids. Non-essential amino acids that are number 1, alanine. Number 2, asparagine. Number 3, aspartic acid. It is also called aspartate. Aspartic acid, another name is aspartate. These two are not different. Fourth one is glycine. and fifth one is glutamine. Sixth one is glutamic acid. So aspartic acid is called aspartate, glutamic acid is called glutamate. Glutamate. They are absolutely alternate names. Next, serine, cysteine, proline, and tyrosine. So these are 10. Essential amino acids are 10, in that 2 are semi-essential, but they are generally in the category of essential amino acids. But non-essential amino acids are 10. 10 plus 10, 20 amino acids. Have a look how to pronounce all these non-essential amino acids again. Alanine, short form is ALA. Asparagine, short form is ASN. Aspartic acid, short form is ASP. Glycine, short form is GLY. Glutamine, short form is GLN. Glutamic acid, short form is GLA. Serine, short form is SER. Cysteine, CYS. Proline, PRO. Tyrosine, TYR. Most probably first 3 alphabets are given as the shortcut forms. Here already you have seen asparagine is the first discovered amino acid from asparagus plant. Okay. Here one more important semi-essential amino acid is a tyrosine. So in the list of non-essential amino acid, tyrosine is a semi-essential amino acid. The reason is it is slowly synthesized in our body compared to other non-essential amino acids. So these lists you have to prepare twice and attempt assignment. In the next part of proteins we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.